A question the taxpayers often ask me is, can the IRS put me in jail for not paying my taxes? You know, the IRS is a scary operation and it does create a lot of fear. People don't really know what is going to happen. What's the worst case scenario? We'll talk about that next. Hello, I'm Jim Flauaus. I'm an enrolled agent. I'm authorized by the U.S. Treasury to represent taxpayers before the IRS in all 50 states. I work with taxpayers across the country who get into IRS trouble. And what I do is I help them to make sense of what's going on, to replace all the fear and the chaos and the confusion about their tax matter, and replace that with peace of mind and clarity and, well, a sense of control. One of the biggest fears people have is, what if they don't pay their taxes? Can the IRS throw them in jail? Not paying your taxes is a civil offense. It's not a criminal offense. Therefore, you cannot get put in jail for merely not paying taxes that you owe to the Internal Revenue Service. Now, let's not confuse that with a couple of others. Not filing, for example. Not filing is a criminal offense. Or filing a return that's fraudulent. Well, that's a criminal offense. Those could be cases where if you're found guilty, you could find yourself in jail. Not, however, when it comes to falling behind on your payments. Where the rubber meets the road is you need protection against the IRS Collection Division and ultimately what they can do to make you pay. The ultimate weapon they have is their levy power. The IRS can levy your bank account, just freeze the account, and there you are. The money that you had in the bank is not there any longer. And frankly, once the IRS realizes that, they do two things. They look for other bank accounts, and they keep coming back because they know that 3 weeks later, 4 weeks later, you may again have money in the account. They'll hit it again. It's like every day they come back in your mind, in your fears, and every few weeks they come back and latch onto money in your bank account. A similar situation exists with your paycheck. Now, you don't have to be a W-2 employee here. You could be a commissioned salesperson, for example, in real estate, or get paid on a 1099 basis as an independent contractor. The IRS can actually reach in to your employer or to the people who are paying your 1099 income and have them hold 25 or even more percent from your pay. Can you operate? Can you live on having 25% of your money just go right to the IRS right off the top? Not in most cases. So this is really where the IRS power lays. This is why we call the IRS the most powerful collection agency in the world. Unlike collection agencies which have to go to court in order to levy, the IRS can automatically levy once they send you a certain number of notices, including a certified mail notice, and it generally comes in a series of 3 or 4 letters. First letter is like, okay, you owe us money. The second one, a little more serious. Third one may be a notice of intent to levy, and then you're going to get the notice of levy. And that is when something comes in a certified mail envelope, you really want to pay attention. Now, honestly, you should pay attention before then, but most taxpayers who get in trouble with the IRS procrastinate. They wait. They hope something is going to go away on its own, or the IRS is not going to do anything. And frankly, most taxpayers in the last couple of years have been lulled into a false sense of security because the IRS Collection Division has pretty much been put on snooze. When the coronavirus hit and they fell behind in terms of processing returns, the commissioner actually halted all the collection activity or the collection letters. So there were no active letters going out. Taxpayers who owed money weren't getting notified. They're feeling like, oh, well, the IRS is behind. And it's well publicized. The IRS is not exactly processing filings, processing returns, letters. None of that's happening quick anymore. But sit up and take notice. On June 27th, just about a month ago, the IRS called back to the offices all of the collection personnel. They're no longer working from home. They're all back at the IRS collection centers. And the IRS also is sending out collection notices again. So if you owe money on 2016, 17, 2021 taxes, you're going to now get those letters again about the fact that you owe them. And there will be a series of letters. And after 3 or 4, they're going to be ready to levy. So what you really need to do is now be proactive. Don't wait. Don't wait. When the IRS thinks that you have their money, they do not take a passive role. They're very active, they're very aggressive, and you need to be proactive. How? By having a tax professional help you to see what is the situation. Have a tax professional pull all your transcripts, your record of account, see what the collection statute expiration dates are, see if there are any civil penalties in years past that maybe you don't even know about, if there's returns that haven't been filed, you thought were filed, but the IRS hasn't processed them. Get all that information. An IRS tax professional can help you do this. Really, any CPA, enrolled agent, or tax attorney who specializes in working with collection cases. Now, frankly, about 97, 98% of all tax attorneys don't even want to bother with collection cases. 98% of CPAs don't want to bother. They'd rather do audits. They'd rather do the kind of tax planning where their fees are higher. Or they just don't want to mess around dealing with collection cases. They don't like it. Same is true with enrolled agents. I'm an enrolled agent. 98% of enrolled agents don't want to get involved in working collection cases. Working with the IRS Collection Division is a very specialized niche in the accounting and tax world. It's one that I specialize in. So you want to get someone who can help you knowing how to navigate through the maze of IRS collections, where you stand in terms of what the IRS already knows, and then taking the information that they have obtained from the IRS and creating a battle plan so that you can preempt any of this nonsense of the enforcement action that just puts so much stress and anxiety on families. Be proactive, get moving on this, and you'll be very pleased with the results because there's many IRS programs that can help you. Some of them are overstated by national tax relief firms, but there are programs that are legit. There are ways you can settle for less than what you owe. If you work with a professional like myself, you can find out what's going on and how to fix this so you can put it behind you and not deal with it any longer. Isn't it time you got a fresh start? If you're looking for help with a tax problem, if you're looking for resolution, contact me. My number is 757-346-1040. Give me a call. Happy to talk with you, giving you a free tax debt resolution strategy consultation. It's a non-decision-making, fact-finding phone or Zoom meeting where we can at least put some ideas down on paper and give you some relief about the fears of what might happen. It's a lot better dealing with what you know than it is dealing with what you don't know. It's the unknowns of the IRS that create all the stress. Let's get that out of your life. Let's find out what can be done to help you. I'm Jim Flauaus. That's it for this time. We'll see you next time.